I know many of you who listen to me think that Muslim apologists often lie to save their religion. Today, however, I want to present to you clear proof of edited footage by Muslim apologists from my interview with Bart Ehrman, which they edited, corrupted, in order to make it look like Bart Ehrman agreed with their views.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the second video in Let's Unite Against Corruption. To give you a little background, I agreed with Ridvan and his fanboys to fight corrupting videos together, to fight those who edit and corrupt footage. And if you want to know the full story, you can go and watch the first video I make. You can click on the link which appear above. Now let's carry on with fighting corruption together with Ridvan fanboys. There they are, they've come now, because last time, if you watched the previous video, they left for some unknown reason. But today they promised me they will stay till the end and fight corruption. Let's now take the second case of people who corrupt video. Today we have someone who was accused of approving of incest, and then to deny this, he went on to do the thing which you hate the most, fanboys. He edited and corrupted video. I will show you a video that I made before in order to expose this guy. Let's go and watch. In one of Apos videos, I commented that Apos approved of incest. And I was surprised to see that Apos denied that. He said that he didn't. And as you know me, I don't like to accuse people of things that they have not done. So I went to do some investigation on the topic. Let's give Apos a chance to defend himself.
He also asserted that I said there was nothing wrong with incest.
It's okay, you said. Incest is okay.
No, I have never said that either. That is also a lie. What I said during a conversation with Armin Navabi very long ago.
What's wrong with incest?
It has bad health consequences. Like
for the kids, right? If it's two sisters, they can't have kids.
Yes, right.
Okay. So if two sisters or if two brothers have incest sexual relationship, there's nothing. I can't see anything wrong with it, right?
Yeah. Objectively, there is nothing wrong with it. Let's make it.
Where's the harm? Where's the harm? Find the harm. Morality means harm.
That doesn't really mean what Muhammed Hijab and others think it means. That was a part of a discussion about incest from a utilitarian perspective, where Armin and I both agreed that incest is bad because it is harmful and we find it disgusting. But thinking about it, we cannot point out that there is anything objectively wrong if the involved parties cannot make babies and therefore hurt anyone, and there is then no harm in that. What is meant with there is nothing wrong with it is not that it is acceptable or good or not objectionable. What is meant with that is that with that specific case, there is objectively no harm.
From this clip, it's quite obvious, guys. Armin asks Apos, what's wrong with incest? Apos says there is harm. Then Armin says, for the kids, but if they don't have kids, there will be no harm. And then Apos says, well, objectively, there is nothing wrong with it. And then Armin says, morality is harm. That means they are talking about it from a utilitarian perspective. And both Armin and Apos agree that incest is wrong and objectionable. But when they say there is nothing wrong, they're talking about harm. So, time to apologize for Apos? Well, no. Not before we go to the original video and check what it says. Because the time I spent refuting Apos taught me never to trust what he uploads in his channel. Let's now go and see the original video. And again, the part which is in yellow color is the part that Apos removed while he was defending himself. And he knew that his gullible fans are too stupid to go and fact check him. Let's go and watch.
Yeah.
Armin, what do you think about cousin marriage?
Cousin marriage? Just make sure you don't have kids?
Yeah.
I go beyond cousin marriage. I don't think there's anything wrong with incest.
What?
Yeah, what's wrong with incest? What's wrong? What's wrong with it? Tell me. I challenge you.
There have been researches made on it, and it has consequences. It has bad health consequences. Like
For the kids,
if you-
right? If it's two sisters, they can't have kids. So what's wrong?
Okay. Sorry, I missed that part. Yes, right.
Okay, so if two sisters or if two brothers have incest sexual relationship, there's nothing. I can't see anything wrong with it, right?
Well, there is actually nothing wrong with it. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it, right?
Yeah.
And also, if they're straight, if a brother and sister, if they absolutely make sure that they don't have kids, then there's also nothing wrong with it.
Well, yeah.
I see these are taboo stuff that people are like, what
Don't
the
challenge
fuck?
me.
I challenge you. Tell me what's wrong with it. I can't think of anything. Why people are like, oh, it's gross. Well, then don't do it.
Yeah, objectively, there is nothing wrong with it. Let's make
yeah.
it clear. Objectively,
It's
there's
like
nothing
saying,
wrong
like,
with it.
oh, mushrooms are gross. Therefore, we should. This immoral to have mushrooms. Well, you don't like mushrooms. Don't eat mushrooms.
You said it to the right person. I hate mushrooms.
Where's the harm? Where's the harm? Find the harm. Morality means harm.
Do you see the difference now when we saw the original video? First, this was not a discussion from a utilitarian perspective. This was a question about cousin marriage.
I mean, what do you think about cousin marriage?
Armin said that make sure you don't have kids.
Just make sure you don't have kids.
And then he said, I will go even further.
I go beyond cousin marriage. I don't think there's anything wrong with incest.
I don't see anything wrong with incest. And Abbas was like, what?
Consequences. It has bad health consequences.
Then Armin said, no, I'm talking about two brothers and two sisters.
Two sisters, they can't have kids.
And Abbas was like, oh yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I missed that part. Yes, right.
Okay.
It clearly shows Abbas' agreement with the idea that two brothers can have sex with each other.
If two sisters or if two brothers have incest sexual relationship, there's nothing. I can't see anything wrong with it, right?
Well, there is actually nothing wrong with it. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it, right?
Yeah.
And also,
Then Armin went further to say, even if they are straight, a brother and a sisters, and they can make sure that they don't have kids, then there is nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
and also if they're straight, if a brother and sister, if they absolutely make sure that they don't have kids, then there's also nothing wrong with it.
And Abbas was like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
Well, yeah.
Then Armin said,
I challenge you. Tell me what's wrong with it. I can't think of anything. Why people are like, oh, it's gross. Well, then don't do it.
and gave an example of mushroom. If you don't like mushroom, don't eat mushroom.
And you're like, oh, mushrooms are gross. Therefore, we should. This immoral to have mushrooms. Well, you don't like mushrooms. Don't eat mushrooms.
Does this sound to you like two people condemning incest, but they can't find anything wrong with it from a utilitarian perspective? Did you see that, Ridwan fanboys? This guy edited the video in a way that made him look like he was talking about incest from a utilitarian perspective, while the actual footage shows something different. He cut the part where he clearly said, yeah, there is nothing wrong with it, and put the part where he said, yeah, objectively there's nothing wrong with it, to make it look like he was talking about it from a utilitarian perspective. And he also lied about his friend, that his friend Armin did not approve of incest, when the actual footage clearly showed him approving of incest and challenging Ridwan to come up with something wrong with incest. Now, Ridwan, what would you call this?
Sheer dishonesty, corruption, it's a lie.
Thank you. What about you, Ridwan fanboys? Hello? Hello? Ridwan fanboys? Wait. Again, you're going. Guys, we want to fight corruption. Corruption. But why did they leave? Again, I have no idea why they left. But don't worry, we have a whole week ahead of us. Ridwan already sent his fanboys, his audience, to my channel. Now exposing his dishonesty is easier than it was ever before. I will see you soon with another video in this event. Let's unite in fighting corruption. Now I will leave you with the campaign advertisement. See you soon. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Corruption. Corruption. Corruption.